Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another video of Grim and Draco Reacts, and we're reacting to Predicting the Future and Annihilating American History with bad translations.
I translated Wikipedia's timeline of the future from 2040 all the way to billions of years through languages with terrible translation quality. This was the result. In the 2040s, I want to study in the US in 2011. 2047, 50 years ago, 2 years later, 1997, July, Hong Kong, one colour. It's a
What?
puzzle. If you can work this out, please send me a message on my fax machine. 2050, in
Yeah, I think I got it on fact.
1943, the British Prime Minister surrenders to Polish troops. The Battle of
No.
Three Mountains of Fuji. Many questions have been raised about the Soviet Union's role in Nazi Germany.
Wait,
The
what?
British government refused. The Polish government refused to publish the articles in the British press. In 2013, a Polish court found evidence that someone had been killed.
What's going
the
on
Polish
in
courts have
Poland?
worked out that in World War II, someone died. From March 1999 to March 2051, 777 satellites were launched.
Nice.
The anus.
Yes.
The anus. Not just an anus, just it's the genuine article. In 2065, after the Chernobyl accident in 1986, the Chernobyl power plant ceased operation. I think it's
We were
time to
just
stop
talking about
now.
this last night.
2070, India is no different. It was announced by Prime Minister Modi in 2011. It's just the same. 2076, I lived in America for 30 years. That's me law. 2080, and then 1542, on this day, Queen Elizabeth was unveiled in Sydney. She's back! She is back! She's like
She-
frozen.
She was unveiled in
For
Australia.
generations to admire. 2090, by September 11, the money is gone.
No.
No.
2094, the end of the world. The biggest event of this decade is the transition of Mercury to Jupiter. What is happening? Mercury
What?
became
I don't
another
know.
Jupiter, which probably caused the end of the world. 2099, a 99-year-old man was admitted to Astoria Kaufman Hospital in Queens, New York. Sony BIOS 2099 is available for Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1, PlayStation 2, and Nintendo DS.
Oh.
Hope you're looking forward to that. I'm going to update my DS in 2099. 2112, Queen Elizabeth II's love affair is described as public information. What's she been
No,
up to?
Johnny.
24th century, Donnelly believes nuclear power plants are safe for several reasons. In 1843, the Treaty of Windsor between England and Portugal was considered good but bad and fatal. Yeah, it's good, but it's bad. 25th century, from 2013 onwards, $325 a year will be saved for education if Wisconsin's public schools are not dismantled or unemployed. Right, well, that's got something to look forward to.
What?
26th century, forest, bad weather, little rain, short harvest. That's all they left.
I understand it now.
It's a mystery. In the 20th century, Johnny Cage, 639 cents, St. Petersburg, Netherlands, September 5th. 28th century, the Earth rotates every 241 months. What? To 2,800 seconds. Annual income, 10 income. Income, 999. Huh?
Just a whole
And
lot of
then
money, I
the
guess.
30th century, in 2999, music production is due to end on the 31st of December.
No.
The conclusion of the Millennium Song, which began on January the 1st, 2000. It's over, music bros. So now we're going into the far future, which is like up to billions of years. And 1,000 years from now, the average time is 1 to 30 seconds per day. Wow, those are short days. The sun moves towards Mars. In 10,000 years from now, Super Red can play with the Beatles and Andreas Supernova. Wow. According to Brandon Carter's controversial statement, the probability that people will die today is a 95%. All right. I can see why it's a controversial statement. And half of the survivors will be born in the fall. And this probability is also 95%, will disappear. Finally, the fifth brightest star in the sky is Vega, the pole star. It's about time. The pole star. It's like a Polish star. The wheel of the world glass wheel is
Glass
at the
wheel?
center of one world wheel, the largest and strongest summer and winter exhibition. I'm going to have to wait potentially 15,000 years to see this, but it sounds worth it. 15,000 years in the future, it's generally believed that the Sahara Desert was formed by volcanic eruptions in North Africa between 50 and 1,000
about
years
right.
ago. Not 50 or 1,000 years ago. 17,000 years in the future, people risk being buried under billions of tons of corpses as a result of a horrific ocean explosion. Okay, this got very brutal. You will be buried under billions of tons of corpses. 50,000 years in the future, you sit on the ground for 2 days in the heat. I think they have been, or accepted, for so long that they are all Fridays.
All Fridays, I'm down for that.
That's a bit of U-law there. 100,000 years in the future, for example, in North America, Megastrotstris is common in South America and Canada. This is especially true for America's Lawrence Zoo from North America. Treats for a long time, you. In 100,000 years in the future, moon in the sky. The moon in the sky attacks the Hobbs and Belinda.
Not
What are the
Berlinda.
100,000 to a million years in the future, we assume that 10% of the speed of light, humans can live in our galaxy, and we use all the energy of the galaxy to predict the end of time. In 250,000 years in the future, in New Mexico, garbage collection does not affect residents in the short term. After it's like 95% of people are dead, we still got garbage collection. But people don't care. Like, so what? 500,000 years in the future, the dark side of South Dakota's Badlands National Park is gone. 1 million. It's like a little
Whoa.
lost planet in Oregon. It's just like a little lost planet. Where is it gone? Also, King Uranus fought Crescenda's group. I think this was the anus, and now he's evolved.
I
2
think so,
million years
too.
in the future, some bird species experience bad things. 4 million years in the future, 11 famous closed doors.
Doors are sentient.
50 million years in the future, he admitted he didn't know what to do when his bike fell into the California River in St. Andrews, according to Scottish MP Christopher Noor. Conflicts between Africa and Europe caused disruption and chaos in the Mediterranean, but the
I
country
believe it.
will only develop when the number of villages in the country doubles. However, the area quickly increased to 5.7 meters cubed. This is the weakest we've ever seen he, where his bike has fallen into a river. Also, 50 million years to future, Canadian students received 60 awards, and the world thinks it's time to save oil. 100 million years in the future, 66 years ago, a meteorite hit the island of Fiji, and it hasn't stopped. He keeps hitting it. Please. 250 million years in the future, Californian Walker encounters Californian Walker as it travels north along the North American coast and west across the Alaskan coast. 300 million years in the future, 100 million years later, there was a big crash and they used a bomb. Paul Hoffman's first land animal has reached the Pacific Ocean.
Ooh, what is that?
What's going on? Who is Paul Hoffman? Why has he got his land animals?
That's an owl.
800 million years in the future, as carbon dioxide decreases, it is no longer visible and oxygen is replaced by algae that floats westward.
No.
Ultraviolet radiation is increasing in
We're all dead.
Just there. Even after plants die, animals can live for 100 to 300 million years. The last pest to disappear
Jesus.
was the giant mosquito, which became a disease.
Yay.
The final destination for
Oh.
animals near the hydrogen ship as the price of freedom. 1.2 billion years in the future, although carbohydrate levels are lower than chickens with higher carbohydrate levels, the
What?
assumption that a specific photon can be identified, the factory where Let's Death as a whole gets a high estimate of life expectancy, and if possible, high temperatures begin at home, will not allow the animals to live. Excuse me? What did you mean by this? Carbohydrates are a bit lower than the high carbohydrate chicken. If I'm still around 1.2 billion years in the future, just tell me to quit right now. 1.3 billion years in the future, eukaryotes have died in the world of starvation of carbon dioxide,
No.
leaving only software. 2 billion years in the future, Andromeda is the first closed-door leader of the Milky Way and Milky Way. 2.8 billion years in the future, high prices have disappeared around the world. Okay,
wonder
everything
why.
might be dead, but there's no high prices anymore. Everything's going cheap. 7.59 billion years in the future, the moon may disappear before reaching the red line across the sun. If it doesn't change, it's usually in the pool. In our time, Eras Titos has reached the conditions necessary for lunar life. Who
Oh.
has? This person's living on the moon already? 22 billion years in the future, if the dark energy were less than a foot thick, the Earth would expand for 200 million years before breaking up into larger, brighter objects, such as cosmic clusters or images. 325 billion years in the future. So far, it has been shared more than 100 times across the world, and even country stars have sent their congratulatory messages. Congratulations! 2 trillion years in the future, it is assumed that all committee members, except the General Secretary of District 1053, will be replaced by a center guard. Gamma rays produce larger waves than the diameter of Earth. Future technology.
Wow.
10 trillion years in the future, besides his ability to overcome the bad stars, he is also the most skilled engineer in the world.
Woo!
Yes.
30
He did
billion
it!
years in the future, it's time to think about the stars in the sky. When two suns, or stars, from Earth meet around their parents, more of this star will have many more stars. What? Is this like star reproduction? I don't know what this number is, but live Hawkeye systems with black holes show no disruption or mergers with other black holes during collisions with the Andromeda Galaxy. This long black hole will be the last friend of the lost elephant at the end of its life. Yeah, there's like an elephant just there. Like the stars have become conscious now and they're reproducing and making friends with elephants. I like it. Sometime this has become, the numbers are too big. Everything changes
Oh,
and
God.
the world moves to the Middle East,
Oh,
where
God.
the hot spots of the world slowly die in their last powerful state. He believed that photons would not penetrate the atmosphere and that new metal detectors would damage the Earth's body. Create 56 or more metal stars.
Metal stars. What's a metal star?
I translated Wikipedia's timeline of American history from Christopher Columbus all the way to the modern day, using
Ugh.
languages with terrible translation quality, and this was the result. On October the 12th, 1492, 3 Spanish ships under Christopher Columbus, whose name is San Salvador, landed on the island of Gohani. On November the 14th, 1493, the Spanish truck was led by the Holy Cross, Columbus. I like how it's not a Spanish truck, it's the Spanish truck. On November 19th, 1493, Columbus, copyright, landed on the island of Dabergen, a key island in San Juan Bautista, now part of Cambodia and the United States. How does Cambodia always have this like global reach? But how does that even work? How do they share the island? On Easter Sunday, April 2nd, 1513, the Spanish invasion, led by Juan Ponce de la Aslam,
Who?
later danced. It landed on a huge island known as the Mainland Island, where it was named Pasqui, Florida. Now the Florida Cup Party. On March the 6th,
Okay.
1521, 3 Spanish ships under Ferdinand Magellan landed in Guam after a full weekend cruise across the Pacific Ocean. It was like really nice. He was having like pina coladas and stuff. On September 28th, 1542, a Spanish aircraft led by Juan Rodriguez Gabrilo was in the Pacific. The parachute was deployed into the woods, where it was named San Miguel, St. Michael, now San Diego, California. Wow. In the
Nice.
1560s, the French invasion, led by Dominique de Courcis, destroyed the Poeti San Mateo and 27 euros. Damn. 1580, Spain, Portugal, Italy, and Malawi,
Pizza.
Lithuania introduced a new Greek calendar on October the 15th, 1582. What is this strange joining of countries? Look how copyright that is. That is 3 copyright. On March 4th, 1629, King Charles V of England gave Queen a New England card to take charge of a company in Metchat Bay. Who's King Charles V? In May 1662, King Charles II of England declared the river a Connecticut team. In 1663, King Charles II of England began a dispute over the planting of trees in Rhode Island and Pride. January the 5th, 1666, Cologne, Connecticut joins New Hanoi. Sorry, what? In the 1670s, it was Anglo-Dutch World War III. The Dutch fleet captured New York in August 1673 under Cornelius Everest de Johnson. The Dutch military government in the Netherlands, 1673 euros on March 5th, 1674. August the 10th, 1680,
Okay.
the Pueblo Rebel took place on September the 14th, copyright, 1680, copyright. At the Santa Francisco de
There's a
Nuevo
lot of copyright
Mexico
going
Stadium on August the 10th, 1680,
I gotta make sure that
the Pope
we know
led a
who,
rebellion of Pampa against Spanish capital, European culture and race. The what, Judge? On June the 3rd, 1686, the United States had 18 euros in the capital.
Woo! Rich!
On the 9th of September, 1686, the Wrong Islands and the Royal Dynasty and the Connecticut Party joined New England. On the 9th of September, 1686, they're the Wrong Islands, sorry. The decline of the Vietnamese government, the colony of Massachusetts. So, like, we got Cambodia and now Vietnam. 1770s, Spain was founded as a colony of Los Angeles, California, and was founded
didn't
from
know
March
that.
the 3rd to the 26th, 1804. I think Spain was like maybe destroyed, and now California is now recolonized. On May the 20th, 1774, the Constitution of the Republic of Cambodia was adopted by the government of Massachusetts. That's when Cambodia dumped the tea into the harbour. On July 4th, 1776, when independence was declared from the United States, on January the 15th, 1717, Britain declared independence. They're like, no, I'm leaving. On June the 2nd, 1717, the new Democratic Republic of the Laos People's Republic was named Vermont.
It loves Southeast Asia,
What
apparently.
is this event? Guangdong. Of March the 4th, the 10th American Civil Rights Act went into effect on December the 15th, 1791. It's progressive. Indiana geography was created. 7. First Babylonian War from 1801 to 1805. The North Ohio River was recognized by the European Union as the Ohio River on
Right.
March the 1st, 1803.
Okay.
Did they need the
I'm
European
learning.
Union involved for that? Battle of Figs in October 1804.
No! They
The Middle East
assassinated!
was organised and the Saskatchewan area was established on October 1st, 1804. Why does the Middle East get involved? On October the 27th, 1810, he became Florida ambassador to the United States. The War of God in 1811. On June 18th, 1812, Britain and Ireland declared war. On August the 24th, 1814, there was a fire in Washington State. I don't think Washington State exists yet. There was a fire. 1-2-Y. The United States declared the Algerian War on the 3rd of March, 1815. On the 11th of December, 1816, Indiana recognized Indiana. Thanks, Indiana. Thanks for the update. 1840s, the Apostle Paul wrote, "We rejoice that Jehovah has used his organization for all nations." Good. Florida was certified as Florida on March 3rd, 1845. Pollock became 11th President of the United States on March the 4th, 1845.
Pollock?
On July
Never heard of
20th,
him.
1846, Fidel Harbor arrived at the port of Japan. On May the 29th, 1848, he was dispatched to the Wisconsin Union, 30th, southwest of the Wisconsin Plains. Croatia Valley on August the 14th, 1848. Millet Billmore. Now we got some Shi law. On July the 14th, 1853, Shi set out for Paris in the port of Oka, Japan. Huge Shi law. Oh no! He died of a knee injury on December the 29th, 1890.
No.
Jehovah's Witness in your congregation will be happy to help you in your education. Mount Sinai was killed on September 11th, 1857. February the 4th, 1861. 7 slaves from South Carolina, Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and Texas founded the American tribes. What actually happened there? So that's the formation of the Confederate States, but instead it's like a group of slaves making a tribe. So, On April 9th, 1865, the United Nations passed a law to close the sea. Denia became the 11th state to leave the Union. Who? Who invited blood? Bro thinks he's on the team. Why is the European Union need to recognize Nevada? Nebraska joined the European Union on March the 1st, 1867. The United States invaded North Korea June the 10th, 1871.
We did.
On the 4th of July, 1876, to mark the 70th anniversary of the United States, John Island heard the news. What a good way to celebrate. Garfield became the 20th president of the United States. Hawaii was born on July the 7th, 1898. Little baby Hawaii, there he is. From January 22nd, 1903 to August the 15th, 1914, the United States had the opportunity to create a way through the Panama Isle of Massachusetts. The US Nashville Navy vessel undermined Columbia's efforts and recruited a service team to cover the lives and service of Jesus. On January 17th, 1917, the United States bought the West Indies from Denmark. This is the whole thing is theirs now. And Denmark used to have it. Why is it important to have a balancing study of the Holy Ghost? Announcement of the war on Germans on April 6th, 1917. Why? Please let me know. April 1941. The United States was protected by Khalid Nut. Who's Khalid Nut? Khalid Nut. September 1939 to September 1945, so World War II. On October the 3rd, 1935, the Italian Empire invaded Egypt. On September 1st, 1939, Reich invaded Poland, attacked by Empire Pearl, that's their online name. On December 11th, 1941, the United States declared the War of Germany and the Italian Empire. Your group will be happy to help you study.
Yay!
Allied forces invaded Charles on July 9th, 1943. Not Charles. Anybody but Charles. July 6th, 1944. Allied forces invaded normally. just usual. From November 3rd,
Yes.
1944 to April 15th, 1945, Japan launched an intercontinental ballistic missile into the northwestern United States. Damn, they're really fighting back. Oh no, I got some bad news about the Lithuania Malawi. Malawi was destroyed on
No!
April 20th, 1946. Your group will be happy to help you study. I know, you've told me several times. The United States continues to send gymnastic forces to the Republic of Vietnam. From 1968 to 1970, Americans concealed Vietnam's wishes in Cambodia Hamburger Hill.
Hamburger Hill. Never heard of it.
On March the 27th, 1973, a sorcerer was expelled from the People's Republic of Vietnam. Get out of here! On February the 7th, 1962, United States banned Cuba. It's over. Neil Armstrong and Bess Aldrin were the first to walk on the moon in July 2009. They were pretty old then. On December the 11th, 1972, Eugene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt became the last Apollo astronaut to put their feet on the moon. Ugh. Why do you have to say it like that? Cambodia celebrated the two-day US National Day on July the 4th, 1976.
They got a two-day
Thanks,
National Day
Cambodia.
for us?
Didn't we just bomb you? But thanks anyway. Cambodia's, they're just happy to help. Oh, I got some bad news. Helen died on
No!
May the 18th,
Not
1980. What a shame. On February the 26th, 1984, he joined international forces in Lebanon. February the 28th, Islamic Republic of Cuba. On February the 24th, 1991, the United States and its allies invaded Kuwait and Iraq. They were so annoyed by the Islamic Republic of Cuba. The 14th of December 1992, the United Nations sent humanitarian aid to Bosnia and George-Gavina. Who's George-Gavina? And then NATO bomb, yes. On December 19th, 1998, a US Senator criticized Bill Clinton. On February 12th, 2019, US President Bill Clinton rejected the US Senate. Took him a while, but he worked up because he said no. On January the 29th, 2002, President George W. Bush declared Iran the new Iran. New Iran just dropped. Homes have collapsed in the United States since 2006. Before, they were good. Since, been falling over all the time. The war in Africa will end on August 30th, 2021.
That's a lot of stuff I didn't know, bro.
But
I didn't know Cambodia had a two-day national holiday for us.
I didn't know we bought the islands from what country was it again?
Denmark.
What Denmark? Yeah.
Even though I don't think Denmark didn't have Indonesia. I think it was the Netherlands. I can't remember.
Well, we bought it from them now.
Yep. That's like what, 4 or 5 new states?
Oh yeah, definitely. New tourist attraction. Get rid of all the people and turn it into a vacation series of islands.
If you if you guys enjoyed the video, click the like button. Subscribe if you're new, and click the bell to get notified whenever we drop. Peace.